Morning. What's up, people? The original Leatherman with matching case too. Yep. Todd, I know you are old and look like a worn leather, but you can't make your own line of tools. Yeah. What's up? Robin. Yeah. Ron. Bum crack picker. Vintage memories. He chose violence. Morning, Jake.
Morning.
What's up, my fine feathered friend?
Feathered.
Yeah, that's an old saying. I don't know where it came from.
Ah,
If you are finely feathered, I think you're all dressed up. So you're fine feathered friend.
I got you. All right.
Something like that.
Something like that. What beard picking on you already?
Oh yeah. He never skips a chance. He woke up and chose violence. What'd you do? Kick something or what?
Somebody must have kicked his puppy or something.
Morning, Anissa. Little homies. Going to be a rough time change this weekend for Scott. Yeah.
I have a question for everybody in the audience, all however many there are. Has anybody ever played around with reviving these types of batteries? Not necessarily this brand. Reviving them if they're dead, completely dead. Nothing.
I have not, but there's probably a YouTube video about it.
There's a few. So I'm getting ready to do that to this one later today. What you do is this is what I do, not what I suggest people do. On the end, only the two outside terminals are there's actually metal in the two outside ones, a positive and a negative. And this is what I do. Take a wire from the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative for about 15 seconds. And it gives it just enough juice for the so there's a microcontroller in here, a little computer basically, that tells it how much to charge, and it usually gives it just enough to get it started charging again. So if you ever see large batteries like that, most of them work that way. The Walt does for sure. Milwaukee, most of the Milwaukees. There's sometimes obviously batteries that have bad cells in them, but it probably works about half of the time. Yeah, probably about half the time.
And you do what to them again? Say that again.
I have a piece of copper wire that I stick positive to positive and negative to negative into the other battery. So imagine that. Well, these two batteries aren't exactly the same, but I guess they're both 40 volt. So you just make sure that you have the same terminal to the same terminal. And there's only two inside of these, even though there's a bunch of slots there. There's only a metal piece in the first and the last one.
He's trying to be too technical. Okay, so a lithium battery has to have a minimum voltage in order to take a charge, and it has gone below the minimum. Therefore, the charger thinks it's dead. You can put as
Doesn't
little
even
as a 9-volt battery on it and do it, or another lithium battery. Just it's not
momentarily.
always the outside edges. You got to look at it. It'll tell you which one of the prongs are positive and negative. Connect them up, positive to positive, negative, negative, and you only need it for like a minute. You just need enough voltage to trick the charger into thinking this not below the minimum,
Right.
and it'll start charging again.
Right. See the positive and negative there?
A lot of people throw away a lot of batteries, and this works a lot of time.
Yep.
I've had good luck with it.
Mm-hmm.
So are you in your actual office?
No.
So I get this picture the other day from the scum landlord, and he's one of the rooms in the hotel building is going to be his office. He's putting in floor heaters and mini splits and all kinds of shit in his office. His office is going to be the most comfortable room in all the properties he has, all his apartments.
Jake, let them make fun of you because one of these, when you get to be as old as Todd, as old as Scott, you'll have about 50 million in the bank. You'll have land all over the world.
Lag, you're missing the point. You just need to connect the battery enough to give that microcharger, that switch inside there, enough voltage to tell it it's okay to charge. You're not tearing anything up. There's no danger.
Right. And
that's why you can do it with a 9-volt battery.
Yeah, you just give it. Yeah. I've never seen people do it with a 9-volt, but I could see that it would probably work. But yeah, you just need enough voltage for the regulator to know that it.
And then the charger's going to work like normal, and all the safeguards are going to be there. So sometimes when a battery sits, especially if I go out and blow my driveway and don't recharge my blower, if I'm at the edge of the battery, and sometimes it sits as batteries age, they don't do it. They lose a little bit sitting there, and they lose a little too much, and they get past that spot. Right. Nothing wrong with the battery. It just needs help to get that minimum voltage up.
Uh-huh.
I've done it with a 9-volt, so I know a 9-volt works. Because I couldn't find I didn't want to look for a lithium. I'm like, you know what? I saw a video with a 9-volt. I'm like,
yeah, I could see that it would work. But yeah, I always use identical batteries just to make sure. But that's just the way I do it.
Most videos you see will show with identical batteries.
Mm-hmm.
I've just used lithium to lithium. I've crossed back. I said, there you go. Mm-hmm. He's got some poor little Mexican out there working. It's terrible.
So is that in-floor heating?
Yes.
Oh God! Quit talking about him being a slumlord. He's got
that's his office, asshole. That ain't a building room. It's in his office. Only place he's doing it.
I was gonna say, hell, I want in-floor heating.
Yeah, it'll be tile. It'll be tile similar to this one, like this unit. So I'm in one of the other units. So as you can tell, there's a mini split sitting here. There's fans sitting there. They're all the stuff that's going to go into the last two units. So we're doing the one that's my office, and then the one right beside of it are the last two in this building.
And then you're done, right?
Well, for now, for this building.
Yeah.
I may, if I really like the Mr. Cool mini splits, that's what I'm putting in. I may put them in all of them. I haven't decided, but it's a test. Just to see whether it actually makes it. Electric radiant. Yeah. I wish I could do hydronic, and I would do hydronic if I had been able to have probably $175,000 all up front to renovate the whole building. But I had to do each unit one at a time so I could cash flow it. Hydronic would be way better, and we do have natural gas available, so it would have been way more efficient over the long term to do hydronic, but you got to do what you got to do.
Right.
But it used to be heated with steam radiators. Well, I'm not sure if it was steam or hot water. There was a boiler, so I'm not sure if it was steam or hot water. But there was a natural gas boiler that, and it had 2 radiators. Let's see, one in the front and one in the bathroom, in every unit. But that was the heat.
I don't think that was. I don't think radiators, steam heat. Never think that was a big thing down here. Was it, Scott?
Not that
I don't really
he's
remember
on,
seeing.
he's on that lacrosse line in Virginia.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you know, up, you know, like New York and whatnot. Everybody's got the radiators in their apartment.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, we're right on that line where it would or wouldn't make sense to have like radiators and things.
Morning, Chastity.
I mean, we get single digits almost every winter. There'll be a winter or two every couple of years where we don't hit a single digit.
Right. No, they were calling for snow this morning here.
Oh, we had snow yesterday.
Yeah, we're going back to high tomorrow, like 54.
Yeah.
And then the next 8 days are in the 70s. And then,
Like, you're right. You know, underground, the temperature stays the same.
don't worry, Todd. You'll have some temperature fluctuation that's 6 feet deep.
We hit our first 75-degree day Wednesday.
You're in PA? I can't remember where you're at.
Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay, that's PA South.
Yeah.
Don't get as wild as they are up there.
I'm right there on the Virginia-Tennessee line, if that gives you a reference point. Interstate 81. I'm quarter of a mile or half a mile off of the interstate. Well, no, maybe a little bit more than that.
But when you were a member of the family, you were out. Were you still in that area, or were you out more towards the eastern side of PA? When you were still part of the
Lancaster.
Like, is that where you're from? I mean, originally from?
Yeah, originally from Lancaster. Yeah. Yeah, we're 33 degrees right now at the moment, but we'll have 75 degrees by Wednesday.
And this, when we get finished with the show, I'm gonna tell Roberta she needs to go ahead and start setting up her arranged marriage business. Because with your 2, my 2, we got Jake, Beard's got 1, Scott's got 1. You know, that's a good start. We just got to find some more chicks. Dicky's got a couple.
How do Beard and Scott both have 1?
Well, yeah, you know, I'm not having the best morning here. I was setting up a show this morning, Roberta's, and I'm like, and then I saw Scott's, and I'm like, is today Friday? And Roberta's like, yeah. Do I need to take you someplace and have you checked out?
You
didn't see Scott's.
Or Todd's show set up.
What?
Our names are interchangeable in his brain.
Yeah, I know. Todd's got 1.
So
That's the real reason why you can't show Todd's face, because me and Todd you would think we were twins.
So this is the start of the last unit getting started.
Those are efficiencies, right? Correct?
Yeah, studios efficiencies, yeah.
They have a little small kitchenette type thing in them?
They will have it. They didn't have it before. They had a kitchen countertop sink, but that was it. That was
No, that was a motel?
Yes.
And now, was it one of these touristy kind of things? You know what I mean? But see,
Yeah.
that's
Which one of the brothers is doing it on his side gig?
What's that?
Which one of your brothers is doing that on his side work?
Oh, well, I mean, it's not really just side work. It's any day that they can't work, do metal roofing and things and other things they do. It's the brother who's just younger than me. The second kid.
Is that Amos?
Yeah.
Jabus. You have to do what you got to do. You know, if I had as much money as Todd, I would be going through the North Carolina mountains and buying up all of these little these little motels that basically was only open during the summer, spring, summer, and fall, and renovate them just so they don't fall in. Just they're not eventually torn down because I find
So
all that sad.
So are all these South Carolina fires? Are they all towards Myrtle Beach?
Yeah, one of them's 2 miles away from my nephew.
That's the next smart city.
If y'all think that's an accident, they use directed energy to set that shit on fire. You can bet your ass on it. That's not a coincidence that the second smart city they want to do is Myrtle Beach, and all of a sudden everything around it and all the property they want just catches on fire. It's not an accident, folks.
Dr. Scott says it's not an accident. The fire in Myrtle Beach is not an accident, Roberta. I'm looking to see what smart cities are.
Dollywood was on fire too, or pretty damn close to Dollywood. Was it yesterday?
Live within 15
A bunch of it, yeah. There's another one. That's halfway done.
Well, that one's already done now, though, right? You've only got the two left, right?
Yeah, so this is actually the office.
Okay.
A few days ago. Let's see. Last week. 2 weeks ago.
His brother and crew does some of the work, but y'all don't realize how handy Jacob is. He does a lot of it too.
Yeah.
Have we seen him paint and do all kinds of other crap?
Yeah. I do much better though, keeping them busy and me stay out of the way and making sure the next part of the project is ready to go and make all the executive decisions.
You're a better project manager than a worker.
I'm better. Yeah. If I stay out of the way, I can do either or. I can work by myself pretty easily, or I can be the project manager. I can't be both at the same time. I do things like this.
But I'm not saying that some of Myrtle Beach didn't need to burn. If you get around the edges of Myrtle Beach, that's some redneck shit around Myrtle Beach. There's enough broken down cars and just trailers and damn, you name it.
Everything.
Well, how are sales?
I don't know. Why'd you even come on the show if you're just going to talk to Roberta? What the hell? You don't need to be on the show to talk to Roberta. Hey, didn't I show y'all yesterday that yellow quesadilla thing? Somebody bought that yellow quesadilla thing yesterday.
Is that one of the Cuisinarts?
No, it's a quesadilla maker or some sort.
Okay.
I showed it on yesterday. I'll show you what it looks like. I picked it up for, I think I paid $5 for it.
5 to 100.
It went 36 plus 19 shipping.
Okay.
$5 in the making $25 on. That's all right.
Yeah.
All I did was bring it home, wipe it off, and take a couple pictures, and it sold within hours.
You didn't test it? You didn't make a quesadilla?
I made sure I made sure it heated up. I didn't make a quesadilla.
Well, sounds like you lost out on that deal. We didn't get a free quesadilla out of it.
Why? When Jacob and Johnny cook, what the hell I need to cook for?
Well, I mean, you got to make sure you keep your skills up.
But quesadillas are the everything food.
Yeah.
You can make them for breakfast. Throw some scrambled eggs and some sausage in it, bacon bits, some cheese. You got breakfast. Dinner, throw whatever else is in your refrigerator on it. You got dinner.
I could get by if I had to be just me. I can make. I'd probably eat a lot of the same shit, but I'd make it.
It's same thing over and over.
And
You
this
get
it
tired of
sounds like Scott needs to set Jacob up in with a bakery.
Well, I think
I told
Alabama's
him
pretty
he needed-
lenient on your home bakery or your home. What's it called that they use it now? The terms.
I told him he needed to go work at one so he could learn some of these things about making more at one time. You know what I mean? Mass production versus.
Batching. Yeah, that'd probably be a really good thing. Is if find like a boutique restaurant or something that's like a small scale where they do everything batched but still small enough to where it's high quality.
No, there's a couple of great bakeries in town. One of them opened up a few years back, and that guy is absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
People like good bread.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Jacob's going to do the after they take their safety class when they're going to sell them this summer. But one lady's in the neighborhood, she's been buying a couple loaves a week now for 6 or 8 weeks.
Wow.
Just start a Facebook page. That's what my sister did when she moved to just west of Nashville. Well, actually, she didn't do it right away, but recently she did. And she does sourdough.
He probably wants to keep it low keyed right now because you know what? You get too big and too famous, then the health department's in inspecting your kitchen and all that kind of stuff.
They follow those rules.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about Jacob.
But that's what I was saying earlier. Alabama has some pretty lenient, relatively easy to follow inspections, so that they're not overbearing like Virginia is.
There's a chef that has a food truck, and he's like they were doing an article about it, and because people pay him to bring their food truck to, their events and stuff like that, and he was talking about the food truck inspections is a lot worse than the actual physical restaurants are, because he doesn't have access. They don't have, or a food truck doesn't have access to all the dishwashers and all that kind of stuff. So the health standards is a little bit heavier on it. And I'm proud to say that our McDonald's at the end of the street had a 99% score on their health inspections.
North Carolina, that's if they're still doing that, there's North Carolina gives you a bonus if you're Serve Safe certified or something.
Right.
So they could have actually, I forget what it was, but makes up for some.
Scott, did you ever have, when you were running the food empire, did you ever have any problems with the health department inspections and stuff like that?
No.
Don't ask him
when I was a dish manager. I had a restaurant make an ugly score, but me personally, I never made anything less than an A.
So, Todd, how was your sales yesterday?
Yesterday was my worst sales in 31 days. I sold like 3 things for like $40. I'm like, really?
Wow.
Yeah, I guess you're gonna have.
I sold one thing for $40. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah.
What else did I say?
I don't even know what else I sold.
Lag wants artisan pancakes. Lag, how much did you sell yesterday? 2 items for $4,600.
2 mugs.
Yeah, yesterday was a rough day. What do we sell on the other channel?
On a good note, Lutherans had Cutco knives.
Really?
Oh, there you go.
Win for the Lutheran.
And something else. What else did they have? Anyway. Oh, darn. Already had offers on 2 of them, but they were low balls, so I countered.
Did you get a good deal on them?
Yeah, I got 4 knives for $15.
Wow.
No, $17.
Still wow.
So it was
Yeah, no, that's winning.
2 paring knives and one of those serrated knives, and what was the other one?
T-Beard, if you used Vico for your shipping, you could see all your stuff in one place.
What about I want Amazon to know all my business?
They already do. That's what people forget. Amazon knows more about you than Google does. And if you think Google knows everything, yeah.
Did y'all see the cuck in chief yesterday crying on TV?
The who?
The cuck in chief.
No.
Old Trudeau on TV in an interview, crying in the interview.
What was he crying about?
His love for Canada and the people of Canada and all the things he's tried to do with the prime minister.
Did you see that video I sent you about where is the finance department of Canada?
Oh, yeah.
Physical address?
150, 1500, where there.
I haven't verified that yet. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, there's some crazy shit that people tell you on the internet that sounds so true. The interesting one is go listen to the new Joe Rogan where he's got what's his name on there?
Cancel this clothing.
Yeah,
yeah.
3 hour. So evidently he talked about a lot about what's his name being a Mossad agent, but the lady who he's quoting the book for said he's a little off on what he quoted, and
I listened to his follow-up this morning. Cancel this.
Yeah, his follow-up was pretty sharp. I mean, he was very, I'm not the expert she is. I mean, yeah, those books are probably pretty interesting that she has. What's her name? Something Webb.
Caroline? Was it Caroline Webb?
No,
something.
Land is pretty cheap in Canada.
Wendy Webb.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Maybe. Let's see here.
Yeah, but it's hard to build a house on tundra.
Maybe not.
37 acres for $60,000 Canadian, which would be what?
I have to go watch him again.
Whitney Webb.
Whitney Webb. Okay.
Oh yeah, Flip It Good said it. Yep.
Damn, that's only $46,000.
You think I'm the conspiracy theorist, and hell, everybody in the audience knows who we're talking about? That's awesome right there. I'm only so crazy.
Now, if all we can do is make sure we charge the same tariff for everything that comes in as what goes out, yeah, we'll be doing good. That's the thing.
If these people want to play even and play games, let's just do it. Wipe out all tariffs. There's no such thing as if you want to play even and do what's right. There's no tariffs. Don't charge us 260% on chicken imports. Don't charge us 290% on whatever, and don't charge us on our steel and copper and TV boxes. Yeah, TV boxes. Roberta, that's why her cable is dying, is because they're Canada's charging for tariff on cable boxes.
Well, they're doing away with cable boxes.
There'll always be some box. It just
Yeah.
might not be called cable. And it might not be connected by a coax.
In the next month, I'm doing away with cable finally forever.
Streaming. I mean, there's even
they're using because everybody's got a smart telephone now. Almost everybody. So they've got an app that they use on the smart.
Even DirecTV is going to a stick. It's just basically a smart HDMI stick.
We'll have fiber within the next 4 to 6 weeks, and then I can tell Xfinity.
That's right.
Who are you going to have cable the fiber with?
Mediacom.
They're part of AT&T, right?
I don't know.
I think so.
I hope not.
No, I'm pretty sure. It used to be anyway. Because that's who I had when I lived in Florida in one of the stores.
Mediacom. Extreme Internet.
No. They're a publicly traded firm. It doesn't say.
Yeah. About.
Went private 2011.
I mean, to me, that's where the money's going to be at. That's what people should be invested in. Is the
okay.
That's the craziness fact. I posted facts. I posted a list of all on my Facebook page of all the tariffs that are this is well documented tariffs about the steel and the other thing. And the first thing one of these crazy leftists who's in my friends list, can you cite a source that's well documented and is not a right leaning source to prove that these tariffs are exactly what Canada charges? Man, fuck you.
Go to your own research.
Corporate taxes and tariffs. That's all it takes to run this world.
That's if you get rid of all the
like
$10 million that goes into every senator's pockets.
Yeah.
Like I said, AT&T sold off Mediacom.
Okay, that makes sense.
I was watching this YouTuber, and he was talking about the consequences of Canada becoming a part of the U.S. It's part of the UK Commonwealth, all this kind of stuff. It's part of the European banking system. He's like, it's going to cause all kinds of issues if it was to happen. But damn, just imagine the Canadians. Blah blah blah. I cannot talk this morning. Maybe I just need to shut up. They could, like Josh, he wouldn't have to run across the border to run his business. He could stay at home and do it, or move his home to where his business is at, because it's traveling across state lines, which is in the Constitution, the right to travel.
So was it Manitoba, the whatever they call their not governor, but whatever they call their head of Manitoba? Wasn't it him that was talking about let all these other provinces do whatever they're going to do, but we want to be the 51st state and we're going to compete to be that? Something like that.
Alberta.
Was it Alberta?
Yeah, they came up and said that idiot Ford does not speak for us. Alberta is definitely not following Ottawa. Yeah, it's amazing. You look at the imports that China has, the tariffs that China has. I mean, they're bitching about us putting 20% on them. Go look at what importing cars and everything is. I think cars are well over 100% going into China. Let's ask Rock.
Damn, the province of Alberta is huge. It's probably as big as.
Do you realize how big Canada is on a landmass?
I'm looking at a map right now. Especially when you get up to the Yukon.
Yeah, I mean, the total of Canada is huge.
But most of it's vacant land.
Sure, yeah. But vacant land, we all know, has lots of resources under it.
Yeah.
All right, Grok is thinking. Let's go, Grok. Come on.
JB's, who you babysitting? Yeah, but those tariffs are going to be kind of high. I mean, they're going to get tariffs against China. I think there should be at least a 50-cent tariff on $1 pieces of plastic that they come in, that they send in.
Wasn't it Taiwan that was looking at building a semiconductor factory here in the U.S. because of this? I think they were looking at building 2 of them.
Yeah. Because the guy said the person that was talking about moving, bringing them to the U.S. says everything is so automated that the human involvement is so low that, it's something to think about.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been saying. So much of this shit that we import is automated.
Yeah.
I mean, from the time it gets in raw materials at this end of the plant till the time it's on cardboard and got a shrink wrap around it on this side, it's all automated. They just have to have a couple people to walk down through there to make sure that nothing gets hung up.
So China is kind of sneaky the way they do things, but especially for automobiles. So automobiles, they charge you so if it's a customs value of a pickup like a US, like an F-150, valued at $50,000, they would charge you a 15% tariff, $7,500. They would charge a retaliatory tariff of 10%, so it's another $5,000. A consumption tax of $20,000 because of the size of the engine. Then they charge you VAT on the total of all of that. So you have to pay VAT tax on top of all the tariffs. And so your VAT tax will be on the 82.5 on this original 50,000. So including their VAT tax and all their taxes, a $50,000 truck is $93,000 of it. It's an 86% markup just to get it into the country.
And that's not making any profit, whoever sells it.
And so a vehicle, a smaller, so like a US sedan with a 2-liter engine, the consumption tax is only 5%. Based on the size of the engine, it goes up. But even that is still 47% added to the cost of the vehicle. So that $30,000 vehicle is now $44,000 just to get it landed into a sales floor. That's nothing else.
Right.
And this, since you don't like people, here's 485 acres in Ontario for 285,000 Canadian, which is what, probably about 225 US. That's a deal.
Was it about?
Pardon me?
About 25% increase, the 25% difference between the US dollar and Canadian dollar now?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's not too far away from Thunder Bay on the East Coast.
Oh my God. Agricultural and food products. India charges 39% average. But if it's apples, it's 50%. If it's whiskey, it's 150%. There are also additional taxes on top of these, 5 to 12% on top of the tariffs on most food items. Automobiles are around 24% of vehicles, significantly higher than the U.S., which charges 1 to 2.5% coming in. Passenger cars can be anywhere from 60 to 100%. Motorcycles, 50 to 100%. And then the reason why it comes down is the parts are only 7.5 to 15%. So that's why it doesn't look as bad on car. That's why when you go over there, you never see a Chevrolet, you never see any of the big. And then you've also got a GST tax of 28%. Iron and steel, 4.5%. U.S. charges 2. Plastics and articles, India charges 9.5 to U.S. 4.4. I mean, we're losing at every one of these countries. All you clothing sellers, 20% tariff on clothing. Machinery, electronics, 15%. Pharmaceuticals, 10%.
Last
These
night.
countries around the world have. You know what the sad thing is? Our best friend Canada, our best buddy, best friend, best trading partner, charges way more than India and China. I forgot.
Yeah.
When you are above India and just below China, you are not our best friend and best trading partner. You are taking advantage of the United States, Canada. Sorry, it is what it is. Whether if your country collapses and you call it our fault, oh well. You shouldn't have brought all them damn Indians in and given them citizenship and voting rights, and then that towelhead wouldn't be trying to take over for prime minister. There you go.
The opinions of the participants of the show does not represent the thoughts of the owner.
Oh, I'm sorry, the dude with the dot. You go look at the history of Canada and how many Indians they've let come in and given them express the citizenship and voting rights. This is why you don't do the whatever they call the dreamers. That's why you can't do this kind of shit, because there's so many of them running around that it'll alter politics and alter the course of the nation. A bunch of people who have no voting right, who came here illegally. You don't cut the line and get benefits, folks. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. And anywhere else except for the U.S. government under the Democrats.
The Pacific Basin residents, South Korea, Japan, and whatnot, they go to Canada, and they go to Canada, they establish themselves, and then they eventually start moving legally into the United States.
I mean, we got enough problems.
Canada must have the easiest immigration policy.
I mean,
I think we need to make it a lot easier and more straightforward, because we do benefit from immigrants, but let's do it legally.
$5 million. He made it straightforward. $5 million. Let's go.
Demonetize Texas. We were talking about Matt Rife yesterday. There's one of his little clips. He's talking to some people, and there's a guy that's got the turban, whatever they call him. And he says, Matt Rife says, he says, what do you got under that thing? You got Voldemort with you? Do you know who Voldemort is? Okay. Yeah. The first movie.
Yeah. So facts, you're exactly right. You go ask any person, any U.S. citizen who's come here legally, and ask them what they think about these dreamers, and they'll tell them they can all pound sand. They'll tell them to throw their asses right back like we're doing now. The people who've done it the right way hate people. You can't put a high achiever with cheaters and low achievers. It never works. And so that's why whenever you've got a country, even though we've got our own issue with welfare queens and kings and all the rest of that stuff, we're still a majority of high achieving nation. And that's why most people do not like people that cut the line and come in here. Even if they want to work and do whatever, the vast majority of them use our services, and then they send all the money out of the country. That's how you fix it. You shut immigration down and you tax the shit out of money being wired out of the country, and then you're done. It's over.
You got to think about it. We had some neighbors next door to us. They were from Nicaragua. They owned the house next door. They had thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in getting their paperwork in order. I mean, they came in. They came in the country like they're supposed to, and all that kind of stuff. They had their green cards, and but they spent thousands of dollars. And I'm sure
one of these athletes. Have y'all seen that story? One of these athletes who her husband is from England, and they've been trying, and they wouldn't give him his citizenship because he wouldn't get vaccinated. Have y'all seen that? And Trump finally changed that since he's been in office this time. But we generally don't. Okay, so I'm gonna channel some of my John. Oh my God, Rad Relics. If y'all have not listened to his crazy, it's a fact, folks, and I'm not trying to be mean. So if you're of this, if this is your heritage, I'm not trying to insult you. But if you look at IQ by ethnic group, the Central and South Americans are the lowest on the totem pole. They just are. And so whenever he says they're not sending us their brightest, what little bit they had of brightest to begin with is the ones coming up here.
Once again,
go look
the
at
opinion.
it. I'm not stating an opinion. I have friends that are that said I have no. I'm just telling you, it's a fact. Look it up.
The neighbors beside us, when they lived over there, they had like 2 young teenage boys, and then they had another one who was like 8. And the bigger boys would pick on him, and he said, "I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm gonna have y'all deported," and his mother would beat his little ass. I mean, that's it. Because David was born here, and he's like, "I'm a U.S. citizen. I'll have you deported."
So here you go. Okay, so some kind of ass shikini Jewish, average 110 to 115. East Asian 105, 105 to 108. White 100 to 102. Hispanic Latino 89 to 93. Black African American 85 to 91. Native American 87 to 90. South Asian, which is India and Pakistan, 98 to 102. And Middle Eastern 90 to 85. 90 to 95, I'm sorry. So you see the Hispanics are on average 10 to 12 points lower in IQ than who's already here.
Reader, or however you pronounce that. I'm gonna say
It's
reader.
straight
That's Scott. That's not Todd. So don't unsubscribe to him.
I didn't say anything disparaging, Tom. I just read what the results of the studies are.
But in this day and time, Scott, everybody's got skin that's so thin.
People are scared of facts. I'm just telling you facts. I'm not telling you. I'm not making an opinion one way or another. I'm just telling you that's what the facts are.
My
facts.
I've got a niece and her husband that are super left. And when everybody's at my mother's house, politics is not spoken. Not at all. Because it's grandma's house and it's grandma's rules. Because she knows there's going to be a dadgum fight. Because just everybody else is right leaning.
I think my IQ is negative. The crazy guard, Mike. If that's true, that means the average Haitian is both below 70 is mentally retarded. Whatever term you want to call it, this PC. That's the term we grew up with. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, below 70.
What's the big thicket? Texas. Yeah, I still remember that day. Well, I remember now. Well, that was not IQ test. That was the SAT, which a lot of universities don't even require anymore.
I saw it interesting. So here's the other end of the spectrum. I don't know if I sent this to you, Jacob. I was watching last night. They did a study on okay, so why? Because the guy wanted to know why as Gen X, why did they push higher education so much, and why was us growing up, everything you heard of is you had to go to college, you had to get a degree. It was all about, even though 52% of the jobs did not require anything above a high school education. And so it turns out the studies, and this will tell you why the leftists, because they found that the higher IQ that people attain, and strive for higher levels of education, the easier they were to manipulate with misinformation. That's why you see all these colleges with these raving lunatics, because these people who have gotten to college are generally smarter than the average bear, but they are more easily manipulated and controlled. And so there's some interesting studies about that. And did I send that to you, Jacob? I don't know if I did or not.
I don't think you sent it, but I've heard that same.
It's very interesting. The higher, and just think about who is the scourge of the world right now. Who is leading the world to ruin right now? The liberal white woman. And she's generally educated higher, and she is easily manipulated and fooled.
That's the reason they should stay in the kitchen.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Have y'all seen the Charles Barkley? Whenever Charles Barkley be carried on,
I was joking.
They'll say, "Hey Charles, why don't you buy your woman a watch?" And the punchline is, because there's a clock on the stove. Damn, Roberta just took him out. Roberta. But look around. It does make sense if you study and start thinking about who are the ones that are so crazy. Because what's the first thing they tell you is all the Trump followers are a bunch of blue collar. We're all educated. We know better. That's what the liberal left tells you. We're educated. Look at our degrees. We know better. That's the first thing they tell you as they go off on a tangent about whatever whack job. I'm just telling you, there are plenty of normal, educated white women, and I know a bunch of them. That's why it's hard to speak in generalities. But that study was I was watching that last night. I'm like, it makes a lot of sense of why they've done what they do. Whenever the government or the powers that be are pushing something, there's always, you got to figure out why they're doing it. They didn't do it by accident.
Every time I see TBH, which is, to be honest, that's my initials.
I mean, just look at all the crazy ones on the left who were so insulted and so outraged for somebody else. Nothing has happened to them in their precious lives that they've been catered to their whole life. You know, they are insanely offended for somebody else.
Well, you know, I've said it before. My grandmother, my mom's mom, she liked to sit out on my dad's mom's big back porch and watch the ducks swim by. And she would get. You'd think she was just old country woman, but she is smart. She'd sit with my dad and watch the news and all this kind of stuff. And she said, you know, these girls want equal rights for men with men. And she said,
equal rights.
I've always had equal rights, and I don't wanted them. She said, I would get up in the morning, I would fix dinner, fix breakfast, get the kids that were going off to school, get them gone out the door. Then she would clean up the kitchen, take care of the ones that were still at home. And then she would go out and work in the field with my grandfather right beside him. And that was Horry County, which during the summer is 100 degrees and 300% humidity. Then she would go in at lunchtime and make a big dinner because they would feed the people that were working on the farm too. And that was their big meal of the day. And then she would clean up from that after she fed everybody and go back out into the field. And then she'd come in and they ate leftovers from lunch. And I think that's a big thing. People don't eat leftovers anymore. And
we eat leftovers all the time.
And then she would do laundry.
I had leftovers last night. What are you talking about?
You know, and like I said, she said, I don't want it anymore. I want to be taken care of.
But so you look at these things like in the late 60s, early 70s, they pushed the women's movement and the women's empowerment, the women's right. So what did they get out of that? They got homes with two incomes. So now they can tax both of them. They can tax both earners and tax more money. They've also got they got your kid in childcare, and the school is now educating and raising your children because you are so spread out. And so now they are indoctrinating your children as they are splitting apart your family because they are taxing you to death and you can't make it on 2 incomes. That's where you're at now. And they planned this, folks. Don't put it past them. This was a plan.
And why do you think that income has been stagnant since the same time frame when you doubled the amount of workforce by both people working, both spouses working? You doubled the workforce.
And this, don't get me started on that and the studies of divorce and how 70% of divorces are initiated by women. Don't get me started.
You know, you know what people need to do? People need to look at themselves and their families. What do I need to do to make sure my family is secure and whatnot?
See, Gary Vee's 100% right when Gary Vee talks about how we buy too much house because we're trying to impress people. You know, we drive a fancier car than we need because we are trying to impress. How much money do you spend trying to impress people? If they don't like the Sienna, they can kiss my ass. I don't really care. Me and that girl got some more miles to go. She's got some love marks on her, but damn it.
She's been driven hard and put up.
That's my favorite big girl in this world is that Sienna right there. That big girl. We got some shit to do. As soon as we give her a new alternator on Tuesday, she's gonna be ready.
She'll be ready for Nashville, won't she?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring the key to the top, so y'all don't say anything about that. It's in my pocket right now.
If Joni's like Roberta, she goes through a checklist. Scott, do you have the keys to the car top carrier? Do you have the keys to the vehicle?
Hey, the big girls bought a 3-pack yesterday. Thanks, big girls. I shipped them out same day too. That's how much I love the big girls. I shipped them out same. They ordered them at 1 o'clock. I took an offer and shipped them out at 3 o'clock. That's service right there.
And he accepts the offer 2 days later.
No,
they give enough support. That's what
they were like. They were $19.99 for 3. They offer I think $15 or $16, whatever it was. It was good.
It's yeah. Shout out to the big girls, Vanessa. You know, Scott's not going to have anything to talk about once he sells all the big girl panties out. He's going to have to go out and buy something else. Triple C bras or something.
I ain't never going to sell them. But it's the problem that it's not women haters, he-man women. It's the fact of what society and what the government and what these powers they have chosen violence to put a monkey wrench in you. That's why life and marriages and all these things are so hard because they have made these things exponentially more difficult with all the pressure they put on the family. It's not an accident. Go look. I've talked about this before. Go look at the black family. In 1940 or late 30s, the black family was the strongest out there. They took care of their own. They looked like the Chinese families of today. They took care of their own. They stayed together. They had businesses. They pushed education, and so what happened? How do you break that apart? Y'all go look and see what old Lyndon B. Johnson said about race and blacks and what he was going to do with welfare and where we are today, and you'll understand that they attacked the core. How do you destroy a race? You attack the core with finances. You destroy the family. You make education unimportant. You get them stuck on this low sustenance living. I mean, I'm telling you, look this up. I don't make this stuff up. If I don't speak on it, if I haven't done some reading on it. It's amazing how strong they were, and then the civil rights movement. It's almost like the civil rights movement came about to destroy the black family. It's if you do some reading on Martin Luther King and the CIA and how he was controlled and what the person he was. That's coming out right now. How big of a womanizer and a skirt chaser and a communist he was. That stuff's coming out.
It's the opinion of the participants of the panel. It's not the.
Again, these are facts, Tom. You know, they've released things saying he was a womanizer. That's what that came out a month ago. Just wait.
Well, that's good. Once it comes out, that's good. Then I'll retract that statement.
Well, the
Right now,
part about the womanizing is already
right now.
come out.
There's a lot of thin-skinned people, and there will be a lot of people that says that's not true. That's the white man trying to keep them down. But you know what? We just came off of Black History Month. There was a lot of shit that we have that was created by black folk.
Oh, yeah. You know what y'all talked up?
What?
Did y'all hear my phone ring?
No.
There you go. 3-pack.
Big girls.
Oh, you have tummy control ones too?
That is them. That's the way they've always been. You have to put that in there as a keyword.
Then
big girls. Oh hell yeah, Ben Franklin was a womanizer. Oh my god.
Tummy control. That's only going to control so much tummy.
I gotta get
Yeah,
something.
but Ben Franklin never pretended he wasn't.
Right.
I'm a racist. I only have one of this color, and I have a bunch of this color. Damn it!
Did you sell them a specific color?
Yeah, this color. I've only got one. I got to get them out of the building.
You got some. You just got to go get them.
Yeah, I got probably 1,500 of them in the building. Probably 800 of these. Y'all want some of them? Oh.
No.
Ladies, why do you wear black with less? Why do the black sell so few? Is it a color? Is it about shining through clothing and that kind of stuff? Is that why the blacks are up? I don't know. No. I mean, because certain things. If you see women wear the wrong colors, you can see their undergarments to their clothes. I didn't know if.
Well,
the black ones sell worse on this. I try.
No, Texas. No. No. Don't ever say that. People do not ever say anything to Scott about trying it on, because he will.
I will.
And he will try to put that 3X on his 5X ass, and then he'll be bitching about he'll be returning them because they don't fit. They're not right. They must only be X's instead of 3X's.
Oh, Valerie.
But so Scott, Todd, what you got on your agenda in the reselling world for the weekend? Try to bring it back before we.
I just list.
I had one idea though. I'm gonna get some T-shirts made up for this. Is reselling related. I'm gonna get some T-shirts made up that say ice, so I can wear them to yard sales.
I got 2 of these air filters at the auction for $60. But they both need new filters and new UV lights, so that's going to be the filter and the UV lights are going to cost more than the whole thing did.
Hell, I just sell it like it is.
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking too. As Scott was, somebody needs somebody needs that door. So that door was open and some dumbass employee came running down through there and not bit that door, so it's not going to close right.
So you're saying that's not a good idea to wear an ice shirt to the yard sales?
No.
Why not?
Unless it says
if regular people ask, I can tell it's for what's his name, Ice Baby.
Or what's the white rapper?
Wear it to the Goodwill Beans.
We've got some kind of new bins here in town. Well, it might have been here for a while, but it just showed up in my Facebook feed.
I bet nobody would show up against you to pick in the same bin you're picking.
I've got to go. We've got bins. I've never been to them. I need to go to them next week just to see what's what.
You know what? First of all, those old ladies are mean. which there might not be as many old ladies now because of the issue going on in the Trump administration, but they're mean. They will push you and shove you and take stuff out of your butt, out of your like you're getting ready to reach for something, they'll grab it. They're hateful.
So why does the Epstein, now that we've got the whole bunch of files, why does some of them have to be retracted and kept for national security from somebody running a pedophile ring? How national security? Just think about that, folks. National security. They want to hide documents of a pedophile and all the people that he did business with for national security. That tells me that your government's full of a bunch of pedophiles. Look at what's his name, California senator, right at the top, killed that 11-year-old African boy. Go look it up. He's how many of y'all like the chef? What's his name? He supposedly suicided himself. Joni was watching him the other day. Andrew. Somebody tell me what his name is.
By the way, have you seen the Tucker Carlson, Gavin Newsom podcast?
What was it? No, it was Charlie Kirk. Was it, or was it? He was on Charlie Kirk yesterday. Charlie Kirk.
Never mind. Yeah.
Charlie Kirk was.
Yeah.
Bourdain. That's it. It's Bourdain. Bourdain was in the same hotel. He was the witness of California Center. Hold on.
I almost have to say one thing. The governor of California, he always looks good. That hair is styled. His makeup is on good. You know, he always looks good when he's in front of the cameras.
But yeah, he's trying to start his own podcast.
Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff is the one. Look into Adam Schiff's history.
He's kind of creepy looking in the first place.
He's way creepy. He's
and look at.
I'd get off the elevator if I was on one with him alone. I'd get right off the elevator.
He paid $8 or $10 million with that family to settle. gave the kid drugs. Allegedly gave the kid drugs and had relations with the 11-year-old when he was dead. There you
go. Jake, you would just have to rip your shirt and do your hair real fast, like, and throw your hat on the floor. He assaulted me. He
wouldn't care.
These are your government officials now. That bunch of perverts.
Yeah.
Shut up, Felix.
I'm telling you.
I'm serious.
End of the world's coming. You better get right with the Lord.
I'm serious. The governor of California, he has got to have a stylist and a person that dresses him and makes him up like they do.
I bet he's got multiple stars. Don't be talking bad about Nancy's nephew now.
That poor old. She needs to take her millions to go sit on a balcony and overlook her, drink wine while she's looking at her dadgum vineyard. And take Elizabeth and what's the black lady from California? Maxine. Take them with them.
There was somebody had a picture of the guy they kicked out of the meeting the other day.
Green.
And then that crazy Connecticut congresswoman, the old woman with the blue hair that's cut like around her face. and they had Nancy making one of her faces. And they're like, you could not have made up a better group of 80s cartoon villains.
I think they have used those pictures. They've taken that group and they've been making all kinds of memes with it, like dancing memes and all this kind of stuff. It's sad. It's sad that the world has, the country has come to this. The world has come to this because whatever goes on in the world comes back to us. But Todd, you don't do yard sales, do you?
I mean, how are we that stupid that person is elected as one of the represent a state?
Is that a woman?
Yeah, that's a woman. She's been in Congress forever from Connecticut.
Oh well, that figures. I just questioned the woman her face. So Todd, you don't do yard sales, so you're not going to go yard selling, are you?
I do yard sales.
Do you? I didn't think you did yard sales.
Yeah.
I know. I don't pay attention. Scott's got to go out with Harlan and get some yard sale. Because Harlan's got to buy that 5-carat diamond.
I ain't allowed to go out with Harlan. Harlan has I've been replaced.
Marcia goes with him.
Oh yeah. That woman be crazy about resale.
They're young and they're in love. Scott.
They're not young. They're not young.
See, that's what Jake's holding out. He's holding out for a
Harlan is younger
reselling.
than me. Harlan is younger than me. She is older than me. They're not young.
I need to tell him them older women to get you in trouble. That's
it's only like 6 months, but
when I was 17, I had a 21-year-old girlfriend. And my mom she said, you got to remember them older women to get you in trouble. I said, hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully.
I don't think a year or two matters. But I'm happy. If you told me for Harlan to find somebody and be happy that means I didn't have to I wouldn't go to yard sales, I'd trade that every day. He's a good dude, man. I'm glad to see him happy. So,
yeah, he seems to be a good guy.
Yep.
Cha-ching.
I'm all right with that. I can go to yard sales by myself.
Jake,
what?
Do you go out yard selling?
No,
you don't.
He does not lower himself to yard. Did somebody else sell something or? Is that you, Todd?
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on, baby, lay down, be still. You got a spot right there. Yeah, put your butt down. Todd, you need to teach your puppy to come up here and lay on you like this. Because you'll say,
that puppy is a wild thing. She wouldn't sit still like that.
Nobody in this household loves me like this one does. When it's time for her to meet the maker, I'll be dressed in black with a veil for months and morning.
That's
nobody
Phoebe does
like
that.
You do.
Phoebe does that. She gets right here and puts her hand right here.
Yeah.
And Johnny's like, "What is your dog doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's her move. She does that to me every single day." I'm like, "Phoebe, do you understand personal space?" She just sits there.
You are her space. When she's with you, she just absorbs all your personal space. That's what this one does. She sleeps right beside me every night until she gets up and goes and get. I've got her one of these little houses that's got a pressure heater in it. It doesn't heat up unless she lays on it. At first she didn't like it, but now she's always in it.
Phoebe's a little bully. If you don't shut a door, she's gonna run into it and knock it open. She did that to Jacob yesterday. Jacob was taking a shower. He just pushed the door. And Jacob's like, I got out. Phoebe's sitting down on the mat looking at me.
Yeah, it's better than stepping in puppy poo in the morning.
I'm like,
yeah.
She was shocked you were taking a bath and that you might leave the house.
It might not happening.
He didn't like that. So
Todd, did you get your foot sterilized?
Yeah, I took a shower. Yeah.
Todd got out of the bed yesterday and was walking across the room and stepped in puppy poo. You'd have thought he stepped into toxic waste the way he was carrying on yesterday.
It squeezed between his toes. What are you talking about?
I know, Anissa. This one loves me. The other two tolerate my existence except when it's time to eat. But this one loves me.
I tell Johnny that all the time. I'm like, I wish you loved me as much as Phoebe does.
See, she wouldn't put me in a home. Once I can't take care of myself, Roberta's going to ship me off to a home.
Yep.
Did y'all hear that? Yep. Oh, Lord. Anyway. Scott's a bad influence on Harlan. Yeah. Scott's a bad influence on everybody.
I am not, because Harlan is the most anti-political. Sending me political memes last night, it brought a little tear to my eye. Marcia, she knows all the politicians. She keeps up with politics. I got a picture of Harlan in the Republican meeting for Madison County. She's like, "Look what Harlan he had a shirt on, dressed nice over there with the Republicans, meeting and greeting all the fancy people."
Is he going to run for Senate, Congress?
I'm like, Harlan, our people are at the flea market. They're not at the Republican meeting. Come on.
You don't know. He's been a bachelor for a few years. He has some money saved up. His kids are. Does he have kids or he doesn't have kids?
Oh yeah, his daughter got married this summer or last summer.
Okay,
and
so his kids are grown.
Son's finishing up at Bama.
At where?
Alabama.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, Dylan's a good kid.
Yeah, he's a good. Harlan's.
He's got good children. Both of them are outstanding children.
Good. And does she have any kids?
Yeah, she's got 2 or 3.
Okay. Are they going to have another one?
I think she had 3 and she lost one.
Okay.
She had one that was killed.
Well, they need to have one together.
At almost 55 and almost another year above that, ain't no way.
You know, and I feel sorry for these people that
Harlan got fixed anyway.
have to take their, they have to start raising their grandchildren.
No, she spends a lot of time. They spend a lot of time with grandchildren, and she's always that's what she loves, thrifting and stuff, because she picks up lots of stuff for her grandkids. So they live here, so she spends a lot of time with her grandkids.
I was watching one of the political people on YouTube, and I don't remember which one it is because I listen to so many. And he was talking about his daughter. He gives his children $100 a month for clothes, and he said his son would come home with a pair of tennis shoes that he's had to put $75 with to get the tennis shoes. He says his daughter will come home and the back of her car is full of stuff because she's been to yard sales, she's been to flea markets, thrift stores. She's been out there stretching her dollar.
Yeah. So Mike, you'll meet this whole crew, Mike, in Nashville. We're sorry. Because Mike, make sure you follow his channel. He's trying to do all the meetups and be information about all that stuff. He's in Vegas now with Boss Reseller Meetup, and those ladies. I've been to that one once. That's a good group.
The which one?
Boss Reseller Meetup.
Okay.
Vicky and Katie.
Yeah, I know.
They do a nice job. I got a good organization and good planning. I think this is the 3rd or 4th one. Maybe it's 4th. I think it's the 4th. I went to the 2nd one.
But that's a really structured,
very structured. They're in
business type thing,
right? And they have panels of that you can listen to, and lots of vendors and stuff. So that was a good one.
Yeah, Mike's good people.
Lag said he'd be there, so y'all get to meet Lag.
I hate
Mike get a picture of Lag for us. Even though I already know what he looks like.
Where is it? There it is. Night meetups.
Maybe I should reconsider going. If you have to meet with us. Jake's the one you have to look out for.
If y'all want to know who y'all are talking to, that's Lag right there. That's who.
No, that's not Lag. He's got too much tan.
I'm telling you, that's Lag. According to his Facebook page, that's Lag.
Lag must have a lot of sun lamps downstairs.
Hey, it's the right city too. Ocean City, Maryland. I mean Ocean, New Jersey. I'm telling you. He's only got it is him because he's only got 4 friends. He lives in the basement. He's only got 4 friends.
His mom. Who else?
I know his mom, probably his dad, a sister, and a brother. That's it. That's lag. I'm telling you. I've won the internet now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it must be lag because he don't have any sunspots or anything.
Yeah.
I know. Look at the skin on that dude. He hadn't seen the sun in ages. It probably is lag, and he got that picture out of a catalog somewhere.
Yeah.
He randomly sold some dude. He goes, "Man, that's an alright looking dude. I'll make that guy my
Just do a Google Lens on it there, Scott. You'll find the original picture.
He came with his wallet. Yeah, it's one of those. You come over to Lag's basement, and all those picture frames are the stock pictures of all the people that are in there for samples.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to. Is it still over there?
That
Okay,
should
yeah.
be Mike's. That should be Mike's link to his channel right there. Hopefully.
I got a video, and I've just finished editing. I got to upload it. It'll be out before lunch. I made that look like that.
Dang, Scott.
So I got a video showing you how to do that.
You know, my mom's got some of those pants. That's
Mike?
that's Revere wear.
Yeah.
My mom's got some of those.
Did you use Magic Eraser on that in addition to the other stuff, or just
I used a super secret weapon.
right? Just your superwear.
You got to watch the video. You got to watch the video.
Yeah, I wasn't going to give away what the other part was. I didn't know if you used Magic Eraser on top of it as well.
I did not use Barkeeper's Friend.
Yeah.
I have in the past, but this one was a little.
By the way, if you want to buy really super cheap Magic Erasers, just look for melamine sponges on Amazon. You can get them 100 for about $10. They're a little smaller than the ones you buy, like is it Mr. Clean or whatever, the branded ones.
I had to go see what Barkeeper's Friend was.
It's like,
stainless steel clean,
it's like
not copper
almond or
clean.
something.
Yeah, melamine foam, melamine sponges.
Yeah, so that's what I did yesterday.
We use a lot of melamine sponges, Magic Erasers. Of all the things that you think are on sheetrock walls that needs to be painted,
It'll come
About
right off.
80.
A lot of it come off. Yeah.
80 plus, more than 80% of it comes off, and I'll go into a place and say, "Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to paint this place." Take a melamine sponge, make a Magic Eraser. I might have to touch it up, not paint the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not telling you. You have to watch the video.
$100.
I'm entertaining in the video.
Well, I'll go over and listen to it at some point today.
Just promise you don't have any of that underwear on in it.
Yeah. Please.
No promises made, right?
At least have your sweatpants on under them.
Oh, he's always had other clothes on.
Oh Lord! All right, I gotta go. I've given you 23 extra minutes today. You don't have to pay me for those, Scott, Todd.
Oh,
Don't worry.
yeah,
I'm also show up in one of my videos wearing them like a banana or something. Y'all gonna be. It's gonna be great.
Excuse me, I just got to screw up a little bit right there.
Let me take a sip of coffee. Wash that back down.
Yeah, absolutely. All I can see is think of is Scott in what was that stupid guy's name? He was a comedian, and he was like supposed to be not Middle Eastern, like Eastern European, Barat, something like that. And he had
Borat.
on one time. He had
Borat.
that yellow. He had that
Borat.
yellow one piece
Yeah.
thing on.
The banana hammock.
Oh, that's a, that's nasty.
You just wait till I find a curly wig, and I'm gonna start wearing it underneath the underwear.
Oh Lord.
Well, I've got my day planned, so I guess I better get started. I got a big long list.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that link I put in there is the link to Mike's channel, so y'all check it out. Hook it up. You put the underwear on the thumbnail, and I'll watch every video you put out. Okay, Texas. Texas, who's the pretty? Oh, that's Texas. That's Val. Just too many Texases in here. I started saying, who's the pretty girl? But that's Val.
Are you saying the other girls from Texas are ugly? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm because it's all these old guys.
Yes, because everybody's exes are in Texas. That's why.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Thanks, Todd. I know you didn't have to do anything and just sit here today and collect all that big YouTube money.
Yeah, I couldn't get a word in edgewise.
You've got to be a little bit more aggressive, Todd.
That's all right.
Aggressive.
He talked last Tuesday, last Friday night.
Yeah.
Until I wanted to bang my head against the desk.
Did you want to do? Are you doing something tonight?
Yeah, I'll find some level to make somebody mad.
Okay. From now on, everybody's got to start posting in the chat. When did
so what does Candace have? So Candace posted yesterday. She said, they've gone after me. Macron has hired an emergency PR firm in the U.S. who immediately tried to get 4 or 5 of her videos in that series taken down. And she said, "What are they doing? She says, they know I've got more information on them about other things." And I'm like, she's like, maybe I need to do a second series on Macron. I'm like, what the hell else has this woman found? How much worse can it be that your dad crossed over to a woman and you married your dad? How much worse can it be?
It can get real worse.
Them damn French are weird.
All right. Gots to go. Y'all have a great one. If I don't see you till next week, y'all have a great weekend. If I see you at Scott's show tonight, later.
Yeah, Ron, I saw that.
Bye.
A video of
Biden is
Macron's
broke.
wife having a sword fight. Holy shit. John,
The
that
AI
was
generated one of Trump and what's his name was pretty funny too.
that would break the internet.
Zelensky.
Now we can talk about Tom.
Yeah, I got stuff to do too. I better get gone.
Yeah, I gotta get my list of stuff done so I can be back here and before the snow hits.
I have to upload this video.
Actually, it says it's snowing now.
I'm glad I could entertain y'all today.
No, it ain't snowing.
All right. Bye.